Works. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Ami. It's Amigo. And I want to talk to you about adoption. And I want to talk about adoption through different eyeglasses. I want to talk about adoption for companies, small, medium, large companies that are new to this field. So blockchain, as you already know, is complicated. And if we're struggling with blockchain technology, think of developers in the regular full stack, where they have a database, a server-side code, and client-side code. And for them, it's going to be rocket science. So we need to help them. And not only the developers are deterred by this technology, but think of their managers who own companies and they say, we want to use this new cool technology, but is it safe? Can we build on that? And their developers are not sure, and that does not build confidence for these companies. And we want to have more adoption. So one of the issues is immutability. We think of that as a plus, but what if there is a problem? What if there is a mistake? I'm not talking about EOS being able to update the DApp, but what happens if there's a publicly written mishap on the blockchain and it's there forever, and companies will not happily have that risk with them. So imagine if you can be king of the blockchain. What if you can have all the resources? Don't worry about having to need to buy more EOS or REX tokens and worrying about the price volatility of that resource. And it might be the worst or perfect storm where at the time that you're successful and you need more resources, that's exactly the time when it gets too expensive. And it's a problem that you're using a public service. EOS is the mainnet, is a public service. So imagine if you have your own private blockchain and you can do whatever you want. And if there is a bug or a problem and you're in the early stages, you can just wipe out and start over. And that's something that's unthinkable with blockchain. You want everything to be there forever, but for a corporation, they might think of that as a small step forward from the fully centralized system that they have with a database and server-side code, and doing it gradually. So decentralization is a spectrum, and currently everyone is over at the red side with their servers. And on the extreme decentralized side, you have Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I wasn't sure if I want to put EOS all the way there, because we're talking about governance and vote buying and all kinds of problems that EOS has. And I think with EOS in a box, you can actually gauge and decide where you want to be on that spectrum. So EOS in a box is a very young project. It starts with an app that you download and install on your computer. It's open source. It's very straightforward and very easy to read and verify that there's no hidden things there. And it's made up of two stages. On the first, you write a list of IP addresses or servers that you own and you control, either on cloud computing or bare metal, it doesn't matter. And there's a big button, you click on that, and it installs your own EOS.io compatible blockchain. There are a few tweaks to the system contracts. One is that you don't need 21 block producers. That's way overkill for a company that wants to start. You can start with 4 block producers. You need to have some API nodes that will be open to the internet. And you don't need 64 gigabytes of RAM. That's a huge amount for just one corporation. You can start with 1 gigabyte RAM, and that's plenty. And that's adjustable. And these are the only 2 tweaks that I put into the system contracts. And in the future, there might be more. This tool is just a very modest, simple, accelerated launch tool, and it talks to you, it tells you what it's doing, and it goes step by step, and at the end, it's supposed to tell you your blockchain is ready, these are the access points, this is what you need to do, these are your next steps. And in the future, I plan on adding template dApps and template like full stack apps, and I invite developers to join in the effort. Thank you. Questions? I'll be happy to discuss with any one of you later on.
Guys, yeah.